Good morning. We want to welcome you to Howard University, to the Blackburn University Center, and to the Postdoctoral graduation program for 2022. So for those of you who are on the campus of Howard University for the first time, we welcome you graciously and hope that it will not be your last time. We ask kindly, if you would, during the processional, you will be allowed to stand as we receive the graduates. But during the ceremony, we ask that our visitors and guests, if you would not stand. Directly behind you is the recording as well as the live stream, so we do not want to block the view for our guests who are at home. The restrooms for the gentlemen is located upstairs, so if you exit either door to the back, left or right, and go back to the foyer, there are stairs that will lead up to the second floor terrace. There are restrooms there. For ladies, if you exit the door to my right, the restrooms are in the hallway just to my right there. During the period when the graduates are coming across stage to receive their certificates, you are more than welcome to stand to photograph your loved one. We very kindly ask that if you're doing so, if you would just line up on this wall. Again, we do not want to block the view of those who are viewing at home, okay? Thank you all for coming to Howard University, and we hope that you enjoy the program. So at this time, if you will stand, and we will receive our 2022 postdoctoral graduates. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to introduce the faculty of the Howard University College of Dentistry. And it is my great pleasure to present the Dean of the College of Dentistry, Dr. Andrea D. Jackson, our guest speaker, Dr. Akila Brown, our Provost and Chief Academic Officer, Dr. Anthony K. Wuta, and our Director of Postdoctoral Education, Dr. Christian King. Dr. Deborah Jeffries, Pediatric Dentistry, Dr. Robert Gamble, Director, Advanced Education and General Dentistry, Dr. Latoya Barham, Director and Chair, Pediatric Dentistry, Dr. Kathy Marshall, Director and Chair, Orthodontics, Dr. Dana Jackson, Chair, Oral and Maxillofacial Surgery, Dr. Cheryl Fryer, Associate Dean, Academic Affairs, Dr. Candice Mitchell, Associate Dean, Clinical Affairs, and Dr. Zenvan Gu, Associate Dean for Research. Thank you. You may be seated. And at this time, we will bring to the podium Dr. Christian King.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, our graduates, families, and friends. It's my pleasure to welcome our Provost, Dr. Wuta. Dr. Wuta.
Good morning. Welcome to Howard University, and I first want to offer my congratulations to our postdoctoral graduates and also acknowledge our esteemed faculty who have helped guide them in this process. I was sharing with Dean Jackson that I had an interesting event occur on my way here from the administration building. I had left my office about 5 minutes to, and I didn't want to be late because I didn't want to upset Dean Jackson. And while I was rushing here, someone started calling my name, and I looked towards the Fine Arts building, and Dean Felicia Rashad was in front of the building, and she was waving. I said, well, I can't be rude and ignore her, so I redirected my path to go and bring her greetings, and I told her that I was on my way here to see this group, and I was reminded that her father is a dentist. Not only is he a dentist, but he's an alum of this college of dentistry, and so she wanted me to offer her personal congratulations to each of you, and her apologies that she couldn't be here because she was welcoming another group as we were speaking. But what it reminded me of is that we are part of a larger extended Howard University family. And you never know who has direct and indirect connections to the university. She had shared with me on a previous occasion because it is really because of her father why both she and her sister, Debbie Allen, attended Howard University. And his relationship and his experiences, things that they were able to experience with him as a dentist and as a proud Howard alum, that really shaped them and gave them the opportunity to do the things that they have done also in their professional career. So I really came initially to just bring you greetings and to congratulate you, but it just struck me. I don't believe anything happens by coincidence, and I think it was probably divine intervention that I saw her on my way here, and just made me think as much as she has accomplished, and certainly as much as we are proud of her as an alum and the work that she's doing as the Dean of the College of Fine Arts, she always relates her experiences and the things that Howard University was able to benefit her family and to provide the opportunity for her father that also laid out the opportunities for her success in her career and life as well. So I'm not going to give you a speech. I'm not going to make any additional extended comments except to know that you never know whose life you're going to touch. I want to thank each of you for committing yourselves to a life of service and for the work that you're going to do. I also wanted to acknowledge, I was just sort of commenting with Dean Jackson, that this is probably the first group that has had a significant aspect of your training impacted by COVID. Whether you were in a one-year program or 2-year or 4-year program, your training was significantly impacted by masks, having to get tested, fears about being infected with COVID, and dentists in particular are probably the most at risk in terms of health professionals. So again, I want to acknowledge the commitment that you have made in making a difference in our lives and the lives of people that you will meet and provide care for and interact with. And I want to acknowledge that this is a significant sacrifice for you and for your families, and certainly want to thank you for all that you've already done and all that you will continue to do on behalf of the university. Congratulations again, and God bless.
Thank you, Provost Uta, for your lovely and inspiring words. As you said earlier, nothing happens by chance, but through divine intervention. So before we go any further, we will ask for some invocation from Dr. Deborah Jeffries. Dr. Jeffries?
Good morning, everyone. As we celebrate your and guests and colleagues, as we celebrate your accomplishments today, let us give thanks and just reflect on these words. You may bow your head or whatever is custom for you to do. Our prayer for each postgraduate doctor is to use your knowledge and qualifications to bless those who seek your services. Please foster within each one a continuous passion for learning, as well as to be compassionate, ethical, socially conscious, and professionally competent. We give thanks to you for your time with us, for friendships made, and for making your dreams come true. We dedicate this celebration to you. We give thanks to the spiritual guidance received at Howard University. In your most precious name, we pray, amen.
Good morning again. Provost Wooter, Dean Jackson, Associate Deans, Chairs, Program Directors, our keynote speaker, Dr. Brown, faculty members, members of the administrative staff, of course, our important people of the day, our graduates, families and friends here and around the world. It is indeed a privilege to stand before you this auspicious morning as the director of the postdoctoral programs to present to you the graduating residents in advanced education in general dentistry, general practice residency, oral and maxillofacial surgery, orthodontics and dental facial orthopedics, and pediatric dentistry. A special thank you to Dean Jackson, Dr. Salter, Ms. Williams, Ms. Jones, Ms. Warner, for your support throughout the year and your support in putting this graduation ceremony together. To my core program directors, Drs. Baham, Dr. Jackson, Dr. Gamble, Dr. Marshall, thank you for your wisdom, your collegiality, and support in steering together the ship of postdoctoral dental education. We couldn't have been able to do it without your support and the support of the Dean of the College of Dentistry, so thank you. To our graduates, congratulations to you on your scholastic achievements. You have every reason to be proud of becoming specialists in your chosen fields in dentistry. I know getting to this point in your professional lives has not been easy. Your residency here at Howard University College of Dentistry has not been a walk in the park. Neither has it been just a cakewalk. You have to realize, though, that the pursuit of educational excellence comes with some necessary stress, which in the parlance of educational psychology is called eustress, that is, useful stress, which is, of course, is a motivational tool to push us to succeed. COVID-19 has also added another layer of stress to your educational journey. It has wrought devastating effects on the health and lives of our fellow citizens. It has necessitated mitigating steps such as social physical distancing and lockdowns to be taken by our local and national governments. Such steps have also resulted in changes in our educational landscape, forcing educational institutions like ours into developing innovative instructional methods for didactic and clinical instructions. Thankfully, though, With the advance and use of vaccines and continuing mitigating factors, we can practice our profession with little or no risk to both practitioners and patients alike. However, you have marshaled this useful stress, to achieve your successes today by utilizing good time management, good study skills, and organization. In spite of it all, Howard University College of Dentistry has prepared you educationally to be the best oral healthcare professionals you can be. It has also prepared you to be well-rounded citizens, with emphasis on service, social equity, and social justice. As oral healthcare practitioners, you are an invaluable resource for the holistic health of your communities. Oral health is now being recognized as indispensable to overall health, and oral healthcare practitioners are also being recognized as equal partners in the administration of healthcare. Therefore, as you go forth into the world, be the best you can be in your chosen specialties in dentistry, as oral healthcare physicians, because that's what you are. Become also advocates for the total well-being of your patients in your communities. Now, as ambassadors of Howard University and the College of Dentistry, because that's what you become now, we want you to be an embodiment of competence, confidence, empathy, and of highest ethical standards. You have to prove to the world that you're better than any dentist in the world. In conclusion, I want you to remember a quote from one of my favorite writers, Maya Angelou. People will forget what you said to them. They will forget what you did for them. However, they will never forget how you make them feel. So in your everyday interactions with your patients and the people around you, make each and every one feel good. Treat your patients as you would treat a relative. And I say this to my residents all the time. It's a very simple rule of thumb. If you treat every patient as your relative, like a brother, a sister, a son, a daughter, a husband, a wife, a dad or mom, you will never go wrong. Please always remember that to be humble is not to be servile, neither is it a sign of weakness. Humility is one of the most difficult of human traits to achieve, but once acquired, it is the most liberating and enduring of all human traits. Please be humble enough to continue to learn in your chosen specialties and be nice to the people around you. Our Hippocratic oath is not only about doing no harm, but also to do good. Let high ethical standards and professionalism be the hallmarks of your professional lives. My dear brothers and sisters, my colleagues in the professional field of dentistry, congratulations. I wish you well and Godspeed. Now it is indeed my honor to present to you the Dean of Howard University College of Dentistry, our illustrious and indefatigable leader, Dr. Andre Jackson. Please welcome Dean Jackson.
Thank you, Dr. King, for those most meaningful words of encouragement and thoughtful, motivational speech that you gave this morning. Good morning, Provost Utah, platform guests, program directors, faculty, staff, residents, family and friends, and especially the graduates of the classes of 2022. Welcome to the Postdoctoral Recognition and Awards Program for Howard University College of Dentistry postdoctoral programs of advanced education in general dentistry, general practice residency, oral and maxillofacial surgery, orthodontics, and pediatric dentistry. You have each successfully completed your programs ranging from 1 to 4 years beyond the DDS program, completing yet another milestone in your dental careers. You have persevered through the pandemic and proven your resilience and commitment to excellence in reaching your goals. This is a very special and memorable occasion, completing advanced training in general dentistry and becoming specialists as pediatric dentists, orthodontists, and oral and maxillofacial surgeons. You are well trained and have completed excellent programs, have provided you with the knowledge, skills, and experiences to go forth and provide excellent care to your patients, serve your communities, and assume leadership roles within the profession. Today, we get to thank your families for supporting you and honor you for your outstanding accomplishments. We thank excellent faculty and staff who have trained and supported you throughout your programs. We wish you well as you transition to become alumni of this great institution and go on to make us very proud. We wish you all the best as you move forward in your careers, and remember us as we continue to train the best and brightest to follow in your footsteps. You will always be a member of the HUCD family. Visit us often, help out when you can. You are always welcome. Congratulations. And now I have the honor and pleasure to introduce our guest speaker, one of our own, Dr. Akila Brown. Dr. Brown is a diplomate of the American Board of Oral and Maxillofacial Surgery. She earned her dental degree at Howard University College of Dentistry in 2014, graduating with honors, and was inducted into the Omicron Kappa Epsilon National Dental Honor Society. She then went on to pursue residency in oral and maxillofacial surgery at Howard University Hospital. As a chief resident, she was also awarded the Philip J. Boyne Scholastic Scholarship and was then selected to complete an externship with the Geelick Bio-Osteoscience Foundation. Dr. Brown has received extensive training in dental and alveolar surgery, implantology, advanced bone grafting, management of temporomandibular joint disorders, and orthodontic surgery. Dr. Brown is committed to education and currently serves as an attending faculty to residents at NYU Langone AEGD program. She is also a founding member of the WIND, W-I-N-D, a continuing education platform for women dental specialists. She is a fine example of Howard University motto, excellence and truth in service. Dr. Brown has completed multiple medical and dental missions to Cameroon, Jamaica, and Haiti. Her love for community service is ongoing as she continues to serve as a National Health Service Corps provider and was recently accepted into the Columbia University Executive Program, which includes intensive seminars and highly focused courses designed to train professionals to think critically about current world challenges and to take on leadership roles in their profession and the community. I bring you Dr. Brown.
Thank you so much, Dr. Jackson. Thank you so much, Dr. Salter, for inviting me. Thank you, everyone. I'm so glad to be here. It is such an honor. And good morning, families, staff, faculty, other residents, and graduates. Like you, I had the great fortune of graduating from Howard University College of Dentistry residency program. And today marks the day of a very important and long chapter in your life. A chapter you are very happy to be done with, and that name of that chapter is poverty. Yeah. Congratulations on not being broke anymore. Can I get another round of applause? Congratulations, families. Now when they call you, it'll be just a chat, okay? But unfortunately, you decided to enter the workforce when gas is $7. But in all seriousness, this really is a wonderful time for you. This is an amazing achievement. Colleagues, I am so honored to be in this room with you today with all that you have accomplished, and it was really hard for me to think of something poignant to say to a room of such incredible people and people who have supported them. I thought long and hard about what I would say to such a group of high-achieving doctors at such an interesting point in their lives, who've accomplished so much, and then the question is posed, but then what's next? And I thought about something my favorite writer, James Baldwin, once said, and I've truncated this quote a little bit. Within the web of ambiguity, we can find at once ourselves and the power that will free us from ourselves. My journey to this stage, as magical as it has been, it wasn't the easiest, and it was wrought with ambiguity, embarrassing moments, loss, and disappointments. Today, I would really like to tell you about my dance with those moments of ambiguity. It all started when I had just taken my DAT, and I did terrible. I took my printed exam scores in the rain and walked to go see Dr. Skinner, who was the dean at the time, and show her my scores. I pled to her. I said, I'm really not that great of a test taker, but I'm a hard worker. And she responded very dryly, this will not be the last test you would have to take. A week later, I received a rejection letter. At this moment, it was a crazy moment of ambiguity for me, with a letter in my hand and faith in my heart. And I called my mother, who was my biggest supporter, who seemed to believe in me no matter what, and said, this is your dream, it'll happen. And then a week later, I received an acceptance letter. I don't know what happened, I did not care, I did not ask. I went to Howard and I clawed my way through dental school. I ended up graduating 4th in my class. And then I finally met, oh, thank you, that one person. And then I finally matched at Howard University Hospital's oral surgery program, and with the help of dynamic professors and staff and loved ones who sacrificed everything for me. And then there was residency. The moment you thought you knew everything because you got in and realized you know absolutely nothing. If that's not ambiguity, I don't know what is. And life continued, even though I was too busy to participate. I lost 2 grandparents, a cousin, missed weddings, birthdays, had major surgery, all while transitioning to natural hair. It was a lot. But once again, with the help of support and staff, who's not here, Miss Gloria, who I love very dearly, and amazing attendings like Dr. Bonnick and Dr. Obayomi, who's sitting in front of me today, my wonderful co-residents and family, I made it to the finish line, just like you. And then I excitedly started my first job. I was so happy not to be broke, and for a year and a half, I worked really hard. And then COVID hit, and I was put on furlough. I was put on furlough. I couldn't believe it. After all of this school and being told, you'll always have a job, you're an oral surgeon, I was on furlough. It was a vortex of ambiguity. I hadn't sat still and had nothing to do for 12 years. I didn't know what to do with myself. And it's not like there was really much to do in a pandemic. I sulked, I pitied myself, and I beat myself up. And I wasted a bit of time. And then I realized while the world was catching on fire, how lucky I was to be alive, and to have my family near me, and to have them be healthy. And then finally, I took a moment of introspection, and I realized I actually hated my first job. And I realized, more importantly, that there was more to me than this career. There was so much more to life. Of course, after a few weeks, I found a better work environment that I now love, but most importantly, I found myself. And I found time for the people who loved me, and I made sure to hold on to that. Only within this web of ambiguity can we at once find ourselves and the power that will free us from ourselves. We don't know what's going to happen next. But I know this, 1, they have prepared you and you are ready for what happens next. And 2, what happens next will always be better if you're willing to embrace change and have faith in the process. Your first job may not be your forever job, and it certainly will not be your last opportunity. And most certainly, this will not be the last time you will be celebrated. Through the inevitable uncertainty, remember, be kind to your patients, be kind to those who have loved you and supported you, and most importantly, be kind to yourself. Though this degree and this accomplishment is incredible, remember, when you feel lost, you are more than this profession, you are more than your postoperative complications, you are more than your failures, and you are most certainly more than your Google reviews. You are a friend, a brother, a sister, a daughter, a son, a parent, an uncle, an aunt, an incredible person, a child of God. You are the dream of your ancestors. You have accomplished so much and sacrificed so much, and you are continuing to grow and evolve. This is just the beginning. Please don't forget it, and please don't forget to enjoy it. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for having me, and congratulations.
In this phase of the ceremony, we'll be presenting the residents by programs. And it's my pleasure to introduce to you the Director of Advanced Education in General Dentistry, Dr. Robert Gamble. Dr. Gamble.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you very much, colleague, brother, King, my ride or die general dentistry co-directors. The words that have been said by the Provost and by our guest speaker and by the Dean and by Dr. King are profound enough. I'm not going to come up here and try to make some sort of a speech, but I will, because that'll be too scary, right? Because you know I can go. Yeah, but I will paraphrase. I will paraphrase a few points from a different perspective. So I'll start off with, it's about you four. You're special. Every class I get is special. And residency's hard. You all know that. It's hard. It's not supposed to be easy. It's like you gotta put heat to the gold to be able to work the gold. Your work's in progress. As our guest speaker said, it's just the beginning. It's just the beginning. This is not the end. It's the end of one step. But really, it's just beginning. Remember that. Always strive, okay? But be kind to yourselves, okay? And as Dr. King talked about quoting a favorite author, I'm going to quote one of my favorite movies. It's a Spike Lee joint called Do the Right Thing. And the title says it all. Ossie Davis's character, who was like the mayor, he was the wise person who everyone would come to in that neighborhood, and he was talking to Spike Lee's character. And he just summed it up. He said, look, always, always do the right thing. You won't go wrong, okay? Listen to that little voice in the back of your head, a little voice on your shoulder that's guiding you towards the right thing. You'll be fine. I want to thank, on behalf of you guys, all of our colleagues in the other disciplines, because as you know, as a general dentist, you got to be familiar with it all, even though you're not doing it all. And we've had wonderful and successful interactions and collaborations with our peds folks, our ortho folks, our oral surgery folks, and our fellow general dentists. And that hopefully helped to make your year well-rounded and enjoyable. So there are times this year when I'm sure I frustrated the you-know-what out of you guys, and I know there are times that one or more of you frustrated me very much. But that was about this much. On balance, I get up every day so happy to come to work, it's disgusting. And I hope that continues. And so I want to thank you guys for making my year special. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce my residents in alphabetical order. First up is Dr. Hannah Anke. Manank Pinank Desai. It's all right. Darakshan Fatmi. Who is also my chief resident. No, you say take the photo with them. I'm for number 3. But wait, Dr. Fatmi, you forgot something. She's also the recipient of the AEGD Award, presented to Dr. Darakshan Fatmi in recognition of your academic excellence, exemplary work ethic, and dedication to the dental profession, and leadership. Thank you for being so great. And last but certainly not least, Dr. Miguel Solosano.
And in my dual role as the director of the General Practice Residency Program, I now invite Dr. Franklin, Jennifer Franklin. Dr. Franklin came to the GPR program and wasn't really expecting all she had to go through, even though I warned her, but she persevered and she came through. She's also decided to specialize in orthodontics. Dr. Martin Okpala. Dr. Okpala came to Howard University Hospital from the University of Buffalo, and of course wasn't expecting much of what he got, but he persevered. And I always tell them the GPR program is first year OMFS plus general dentistry. So they've done, both of them done very well, and Dr. Okpala will be going into private practice. Dr. Okpala. Well, my residence house is a surprise for me, so I'm going to let them come and do their thing.
We just wanted to say thank you for all of your mentorship and everything that you've imparted in us over this year. So we just got you a small token just to say thank you. You don't have to open it here, but we just wanted to say thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Now we move on to Dr. Kathy Marshall, the Director of Orthodontics and Orthofacial Orthopedics.
I think there was an announcement behind you.
Oh, sorry, some announcement. Okay, come, Dr. Fatma, come.
Hello, everyone. It's not an announcement. Us chiefs have been asked to give a short speech about our experience for the year. So I guess I'm first. Good morning, everyone. It's been a wonderful year, quite a ride. And I remember when I first started HUCD, I had lost clinic time because of COVID. I came in as a timid resident, but I quickly realized, with the 3 guys that Dr. Gamble put together, an excellent team that would mesh well. Between Dr. Anki sniffing out extractions out of the blue, Dr. Solozano becoming our unofficial pros king, and Dr. Desai's perio whiz knowledge. Oh my gosh. I not only learned dentistry, but what it means to be a team. The residents and I, we grew on the strengths of each other, and I also learned the beauty of friendship, and that comes with our assistants, Ms. Carter, Ms. Kristen. It was wonderful working with you guys, laughing, joking around, and just, giggling about everything as girls. And thank you to Dr. Matthews, Dr. Garcia, we miss him very much, and my girl, Dr. McIntosh, love you very much. And most of all, thank you to Dr. Gamble. He is a wonderful mentor. The best director, hands down. I know all of you probably think your director's the best, but I think he's the best. Your infectiously good mood, Dr. Gamble, is what kept our spirits up every day when we come in grumbling, and there's nothing like it. So thank you so much for that, Dr. Gamble. I'm gonna miss, and on a last note, I will miss our laughs, you guys. I'll miss our jokes, our family. Cheers to HUCD 2022. Love you all. HU.
Thank you, Dr. Fatmi. That was really, really good. Thank you very much. Now we move to the next program. Ambassador from the Postdoctoral Affairs Committee, Dr. Kathy Marshall, the Director of Orthodontics and Dentofacial Orthopedics. Dr. Marshall.
I think I need a little more space up here. Oh, goodness. Good morning. Thank you, family. Thank you, friends. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. Thank you, Dean, for having this special ceremony just for the postdoctoral residents. It's beautiful, and it really shines a spotlight on them. Despite all my griping, this is lovely. This is marvelous. I know all the great words have already been said, but I did want to bring a couple things. Number one, the future of orthodontics, and it is represented by these 6 fantastic, humanistic healthcare providers that will serve, that will lead, that will mentor, and that will decide our future. They will also have heavy input on women, on minorities, on underrepresented minorities, and on the disadvantaged in our society. I tell them when I'm on the beach, not remembering my own name, enjoying my sunset, they will be leading. The responsibility will be theirs. And all those words are true. So I think the future is in good hands. I just want to remind them what they've been through. Good news. Election of the first Asian and African American female vice president of the United States of America. Other news, Capitol insurrection that welcomed them here. COVID pandemic, cyber attacks, civil rights violations, continued civil liberties attacks, social justice, economic disparity, attack on voting rights, bomb threats for HBCUs. Northeast corner of the building flooding, Omicron resurgence, campus closures and virtual classes, clinics, ceremonies, and research presentations back on campus. Another good news. All right, let's see. Last thing, Russia's war, attack on women's rights, advocating for student loan repayment, mass shootings, refusal to reform gun legislation. And one last thing. I don't know how many of you have your news feed on. I really shouldn't bring this up, but I must. Supreme Court live update strikes down Roe versus Wade, which nearly 50 years has protected the rights of women. As I mentioned, the future is in your hands. What happens when good men do nothing? Evil prevails. So I'm asking and I'm charging all of you, do not let evil prevail. The future is all in this room. The future is right there against that wall. The future of orthodontics is in good hands as long as you all keep that in mind. And I love you all, a little too much at times. All right, so to the people of honor from the orthodontic department, Dr. John Bushrod. Dr. Richard Bird. Dr. Richard Bird from Howard University Orthodontic Department Award, presented for superior performance in postgraduate research. Dr. Andrew Chun. Dr. Javen Durham. Dr. Dorian Solomon. Oh boy, here it comes. Oh, not that one, not that one. Ah. Dr. Donna Nichols, the Postdoctoral Award for Biomechanics given by Dr. Jerry Thomas to the postdoctoral resident who has demonstrated superior clinical performance in orthodontics. Congratulations. Wait. Dr. Donna Toppins Nichols, the Orthodontic Department Award to the postdoctoral resident who has served as chief resident during their second year of postdoctoral study. Congratulations.
Good morning, everyone. First of all, I want to thank God for bringing me to today, allowing me to accomplish something I pinned on my vision board years ago. Secondly, I'd like to thank my family and friends for all the words of encouragement, for the suffering through unanswered texts, and for hearing me often say, "Sorry, I can't go because Dr. Marshall says I'm in a 24-month program." My husband and I moved here from North Carolina in a pandemic, unsure of what the future held. Through this entire experience, we've learned that things don't always go as planned, and when that happens, we have to pivot. This means taking responsibility for my own growth while also embracing my amazing support system. Special thanks to the faculty and staff who believed in us enough to choose us to be here today. Also to my co-residents in the first years, thank you so much for the laughs through the highs and the lows. Thank you for allowing me to serve as your chief, especially as the only woman in the class. Congratulations to all the graduates. Don't forget to uplift others as you rise. Thank you, and happy birthday, Ma.
To our next program director, who came in during a period of challenge, met the challenge with equanimity under duress. You didn't hear me say this before, but I truly appreciate your leadership. I appreciate your fairness. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce you to Dr. Baham, the director of Pediatric.
The odds were stacked against you, Dr. Molina, Dr. Mia, Dr. Snell, Dr. Addy, Dr. Okereke, Dr. White, but you made it. So it is my hope that when you leave Howard University College of Dentistry, the Department of Pediatric Dentistry, that you take with you two things. One, no matter how impossible things appear to be, always know and rest in the power of the God that knows no impossibility. And always, number two, focus on what's most important, and that's giving 100% of your best, your knowledge, your talents, your energy to every child and those with special healthcare needs that you will treat. I want to also acknowledge the best department. Yes, I said what I said. Pediatric dentistry. To my faculty for your amazing brilliance, and my staff for your fierce dedication. Each of you helped to build that solid foundation that allowed pediatric dentistry to stay true to our values of teaching, learning, and service day in and day out. And with that, please allow me to present to you all the class of 2022 Pediatric Dentistry. Dr. Fergie Molina. Dr. Kelechi Okereke. Dr. Aderonke Ogumbameru. And to Dr. Ogumbameru, also known as Dr. Addy, I also present to you the Dr. Shora Sharif Award for the postdoctoral resident who has exhibited excellence in clinical skills and professionalism. Dr. Mia Ozimba Mbuya. Dr. Ariel Snell. And last but not least, Dr. Chantel White. And to Dr. White, I present to you the Dr. Felicia Goins Pediatric Dentistry Leadership Award. She served as our chief resident. To the postdoctoral resident who demonstrated academic excellence and outstanding leadership as chief resident.
Good morning, everyone. I have a few words. So good morning, graduates, family, friends, and all of my Howard family. I am honored to be here in front of you speaking this morning. I have so much on my heart to say, but there's definitely not enough time in the world to tell you how I feel about my experience here at Howard. I want to take the time to thank people first and foremost. I want to thank God. I also want to thank all of my attendings, how y'all have taught us and mentored us and taught us to be like the best pediatric dentists. Dr. Wilson, Dr. Bacon, Dr. Grimm, Dr. Twades, Dr. Barham, Dr. Deering, Dr. Sharif, and I'm sorry if I forgot anyone, but y'all have all like really blessed us these last 2 years. Dr. Jeffries, yes. And none of us would be here if you didn't believe in us. Each of you gave us such wonderful examples of what it is to be a great pediatric dentist, and we're definitely going to go out in the world as a class and do just that. Thank you to our staff members, Ms. Melton, Mrs. Miller, and Ileana, Yuri. Thank y'all so much. I truly don't have the words for how much y'all have helped us and got us here. In the hot sedation rooms, the papoosing the kids, getting the OR cases, Miss Melton helping us get all the patients in and acting right. Thank y'all, I love each and every one of y'all. And thank you to my classmates and my co-residents for this experience and allowing me to be your chief these past 2 years. It has been a time, but we are survivors. We've survived the flood, we've survived COVID, cyber attacks, you name it. We know how to overcome any challenges the world will throw at us in the future. So I love each and every one of y'all. And I know as we go out into the world, I'll be calling y'all like, hey, help me out with this patient. So, because each of y'all are so talented in your own way. So thank you guys. Thank you, everybody.
The next program is the last but not the least. The program director we've been together since 1993. We don't want to tell how old we are, but we've been together through thick and thin. We've both gotten a new clinic before he left the first time. His program, oral and maxillofacial surgery, makes my program to look good. I can stand in front of you and tell you, just like I tell my residents and the prospective residents, the GPR program is really one of the best in the country. It's the most difficult, it's the most challenging because of what we do. We are first-year OMFS residents plus general dentistry. So he has made my work to be light. He makes me look good. I can say it's my body. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to invite you to meet with the Director of Oral and Maxillofacial Surgery, Dr. Dana Jackson.
Thank you, Dr. King. It's always a pleasure to address my Howard family. And I always like to start off talking about how long I've been here. I came here 45 years ago as a freshman, and I'm still here. So I'm happy to be here at Howard. I love Howard. I love what we do. I love all the faculty members. Dr. Keeler Brown, excellent speech. We're very proud of you. Diplomat of the American Board of Oral and Maxillofacial Surgery. Come on now, come on. He's a leader in the community. So we build leaders. We build leaders. We go out and we take control. We direct the profession in a positive way. And that's why I try to pass on to my residents. But let me talk about my residents for a minute. I wanted to go last because I was trying to think of something nice to say about these guys. 4 years with these guys. Well, actually 3, but 4 years with these guys. I've seen them grow up from young boys to men. They have become very positive role models. They've become an extension of me. And when I say that, when you raise kids, you know, your kids, when they're younger, you try to mold them, you talk to them, you're not sure whether they're listening to you. As they get older and older, they start to move in a different direction. And then at 18, you got to get out of here. So I'm going to put these guys out. But I'm happy to put them out because I see the development, I see the growth. They're going to be very successful because they care about the patient first. It's not about the dollar, it's about the patient first. And we meet 7 o'clock every morning, and you know we go through it, and we drive a hard lecture series. We make sure that everybody understands the whys of how you treat a patient, and why do you do that? Not because somebody tells you to do it, because it's the best for the patient. Not because you make more money doing it, it's because you do what's best for the patient. And I've instilled that in them, I think. And I'm very proud of them because they are very, very excellent representatives of Howard University. So, as we move forward, I want to say to these guys, because I'm going to introduce each of you individually, but as a group, man, it's been a pleasure. You know, I really, really have gotten to know you guys pretty well. And I think I know you, better than you know yourselves. And I'm happy with what the product that we have. We have three types. You have one that's wild and it's kind of out there, very garrulous, very talkative, meets everybody, knows everybody. And then you have one that's kind of quiet, very smart, and he's like a computer geek. And then you have one in the middle that's a little bit of both. He can be wild, but then he can be very serious. And to see them work together and to come together and train our younger residents, which I charge all of them to do, it's really a pleasure. It's been a pleasure. I'm going to miss them. They might not miss me, but that's okay. That's okay. So let me get started with, and each of you guys will get an award today. And I'm going to explain to you how we're going to do this because one of them is not quite ready yet because it's a brand new award. But we're going to get started first. First, Dr. Nnamdi Anasike. He's been in the reserves, and he's given a tremendous amount of his time to protect us. So we are very, very proud of him, and as you take your, I got a lot to say about you. You can stand right there for me, brother. This is a guy that when I first came back, I was gone for, I was chair from 93 to 2007. I just came back, about 3 years ago. When I first met him, he was nervous. Said, man, program didn't have a director. I said, man, you got to make it happen. I said, Doc, I got you. And he said, no, we didn't. I said, I got you. And now I think he do I have. So, but I've seen him. He is one of the individuals that cares about the patients. He's a friend to everybody. He speaks to everybody. He follows up on patients. I've seen him. He doesn't know that. I saw him when the patient didn't have a ride home. He called the Uber and paid for the patient's ride home. He does it all the time. He drove to Baltimore to bring a patient a prescription that he couldn't get after hours. He's the kind of guy he is. He's also very smart. He's a very good surgeon, and he's a good family man. So I'm very proud of him, man. He's going to Houston and going to open up his own practice and also work with a couple individuals. And I promise we're going to get together because where my wife's family's from. So we're going to break bread and probably talk. I'm not going to talk down to you. I'm going to talk at you. But man, I'm very proud of you, brother. And one of the awards is not ready yet. One of our residents, Hunter McCord, has donated $25,000 plus to Howard University, and he, in the name of Dr. Andre Bonnick. Andre Bonnick was the director right before me. I was before. It was Tom Pinson, then me, then Bonnick, and now I'm back again. So, in the name of Dr. Bonnick, Andre Bonnick Award. This award is to the resident who clearly demonstrates the values passes on to his or her residents, values of honesty, humility, and above all, charity. The recipient of this award has shown an exceptional interest in oral and maxillofacial surgery above that of their peers. They are committed to hard work, dedication, and self-sacrifice required for the profession, but bear the mantle with kindness and generosity. This fits this brother, fits it. And we're very proud, and this comes with $2,000. So it is a significant award, and we will have that ready. We were able to get it ready by this time, but it will be done. This is to my brother, Namde and Asike, my man. Oh, boy. The next one up is the player. Very good surgeon. When I first met him, I said, man, this guy's kind of arrogant. He always thinks he knows everything. You can't tell him nothing. And he always wants to do what he wants to do. Then I thought about, that's how I am. He's just like me. He's just like me. And he knows it. He's just like me. He cares about the patient. We have talked and we debated on what is best for the patient. We've decided not to do surgery on many a patient because it wasn't in the best interest of the patient. And when I'm not there, he takes over. He teaches, he controls things, he makes sure things happen on time, he fusses at people when he need to be fussed at. He didn't fuss as much as I do, but almost. This guy is the epitome of what I consider to be, he has both of them. He has the academics, and he also has the patient skills, people skills, and he has the ethics. It's about ethics that to me is above and beyond all. This award is the Thomas Pinson Award. That's my chair. That's my director. I patterned my life after him. Him and James Stanback, two of the best surgeons I've ever met in my life. They used to call Pinson Jesus because he was the first African-American they've ever seen. That he was always proud. He was always very strict, but also a very, very good surgeon and a very, very good person. So when we named this award, the Thomas Pinson Award, this is the highest honor we give to our residents because you epitomize what we expect you to be as surgeons. So this is the Thomas Pinson Award to Michael Hall, who has demonstrated proficiency in oral and maxillofacial surgery techniques, high scholastic achievement, and overall clinical excellence. My brother, come on. All right. And we say last but not least, this is matter of fact, I should have talk about it first. This guy, we have what's called an in-service examination, training examination, and he sets the bar. He's probably in the top 5% of the country who take the exam. He almost lapped some of our other residents. He's very smart. And as you get to know him, he's a very good surgeon, but he thinks all the time. Everything somebody says, he doesn't take it at face value, he always thinks. And he always comes back and asks the questions. I love that. I love to be challenged, because we all get better by being challenged. He's a computer wizard. If something is wrong with the computer, he'll fix it. You know, he's also a good family man, recently got married. He's going to do very well. He's going up to Connecticut, and he's working with a group up there, and he's going to do very well. His award is Dr. Lewoyan. Davidson Lewoyan was one of our former attendings here. And he established an award in honor of his mother and dad, Reverend Samuel and Florence Lewoyan. And this is presented to Dr. Francis Mirabashami, who has demonstrated a high level of education, leadership, humane attributes, and unyielding clinical excellence in oral and maxillofacial surgery. This guy is going to do so very well. I'm trying to encourage him to stay with education, because he's a good teacher, and he's very bright, very bright. He's going to do well. Proud of him to call him Howard. It's about Howard, brothers and sisters. That's what he epitomizes what we look for in our graduates, and we wish him well. Dr. Mirabashami. Dr. Hall will be going to Atlanta, where he's going to be opening up his practice, and he'll reside down there. So any of you ladies, he's not married, so if you want to chase him down, he's available.
Good morning, Dean Jackson. Good morning, keynote speaker, Dr. King. Good morning, Provost and Absential. On behalf of the graduates and oral surgery residents, I am Anosike Namdi, and I'm so grateful for this opportunity. I have no speech prepared. I would say from the bottom of my heart that I've been so grateful and fortunate to have this opportunity. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. To take the fact that there are about 300 million people in America, and only less than 300 oral surgeons are produced every year. It's a very golden opportunity. It's one that's so rare that it's rare. You're more likely to be struck by thunder or lightning than being an oral surgeon in America. But notwithstanding, I'm not going to take this moment by myself. I'd like to call upon my co-chief residents, Dr. Hall, Dr. Francis. It's not about me. It's not about me, but it's
Brother,
all
it's not about you, it's about Howard. About Howard. You understand? I've been here 30 years. It's about Howard.
So he is Dr. Jackson in the making. So without much ado, I just want to say thank you to my wife and my kids for the time they spent away from me. My kids, my first son is going to be 9 next month, complains he never sees me. I'm either in residency or I'm away with the military. Unfortunately, they couldn't be here today. I want to say thank you to them for their sacrifices, for everything they've done. I want to say thank you to Dr. Hall, Dr. Francis. For those times I was away, they never grumbled. They never said, oh, you leave the work for us. Even though I'm away with the military, they make fun of me. But I am so grateful, guys. I'm so grateful. You guys don't understand how grateful I am that you guys kept cool. You guys were loyal. Even things that I missed when I wasn't around, you guys shared that knowledge. You guys were willing to teach, to guide me and guide the rest of the residents. I'm very proud of that. I see you guys are great surgeons. If any of you have any need for oral surgery, any of your patients, relatives, I can vouch for the two of them. They are the best in town, honestly. To Dr. Jackson, to Dr. Jackson, thank you so much. You met me when the first time you came in and I approached you, I was nervous, I was scared. But up to yesterday, I've seen the transformation, I've seen the growth, I've seen the changes, I've seen the confidence that you've instilled in me and my colleagues. Dr. Bawumi, you've always been there. Always. I think you need recognition. You've always been there. You never took leave of vacation. You sacrificed everything. We really appreciate all you've done for us. To the staffs, the clinical and non-clinical staffs of our clinic, whether present here or not, I say thank you to everyone. I thank you for all those periods, all those times that we might lack something and you guys were willing to improvise, were willing to sacrifice your time, your effort to help us. To Dean Jackson, thank you for this opportunity. Dr. King, thank you for everything. We can't but be grateful for every moment we have. And on behalf of my fellow chiefs, I would let them take the stage.
Yeah. Just wanted to say I'm really grateful for the opportunity that I had to come here and train at Howard. Kind of sprinted in this direction, not just because it was an oral and maxillofacial surgery program, which you're always grateful no matter where you get accepted, but Howard was, particularly at the top of my list because of my previous experience. I trained at Medical College of Georgia, very fine institution, but I was the only one who looked like me. And I had a lot of difficulty in that experience, but it made me, sharp enough to endeavor to go on. And Howard gave me that opportunity to go on. And I know that it has changed my life tremendously, and I hope that in some way I've done something to change the lives of the people who I've had a chance to contact in that time. I know I at least contacted Dr. Jackson pretty good, man. Let me tell you something. If y'all want to see a black man turn red, this brother right here. Yeah, but we've had a lot of we've had a lot of good times, and when he got here and had to settle in and get used to running things and running around with young men who have a very strong opinion, it was a beautiful thing to see it all come together. And after enough clashing, it really started to fit well. And, I'm going to miss this kind of exchange. Whew. Okay. But I will say this. What got me into oral surgery, I remember when I was a dental student and I got accepted, I was like, ooh, oral surgery, yay. And I remember a young dental student said, what did you do to get into oral surgery? Like, what did you do? And there's so many things you can say, oh, you can do this, you can do that. But I really thought about what drove me here. I have a strong desire to be prepared for my greatest utility in serving others. And I feel like that's what a program like this does. And when I had the opportunity to come here, I knew that it was only because I endeavored to be the greatest version of myself that I could possibly be. And I think that's not something you do just in your career, but it should be pervasive in every aspect of your life, right? Because that's what helps you make those right decisions, or as Dr. Gamble said, do the right thing, right? So as long as you endeavor to be the greatest version of yourself and prepare yourself as a healthcare provider to be not just a healthcare provider, because I do believe that we have an obligation as members of the inner circle of higher education in this country to serve our communities in more ways than just the profession that we trained in. So, as long as everyone here endeavors to be great and endeavors to be better than you were the day before, that's all I can really ask of you. And I thank Howard so much for this opportunity, and thank you for letting me pontificate.
Thank you, everyone. I'll be brief. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. And I think really that what Howard's about. I really want to thank the university, the dean, Dr. King, Dr. Jackson, Dr. O, and my co-residents, really having each other's backs. In oral surgery, a lot of times we're covering for each other. We're on call for long hours, and really having each other's backs gets you through that. So I really just want to thank you everybody, and appreciate all the learning. Thank you.
Woo! They are really, truly gentlemen and scholars. I've worked closely with them for 4 years, and I can vouch. for them, for their character and their professionalism. So good luck, guys. Now, the next thing we're going to be doing now is the dentist oath, which the Dean Jackson, will be prescribing to us, and everybody is going to be repeating after her. Dean Jackson.
Okay, will the class of, the class of 2022 please stand? So it works better if you read along with me. Okay. So let's begin. As an oral health care provider, I will conduct myself with competence and integrity, with candor and compassion, and with personal commitment to the best interests of my patients. I shall care for my patients as I would be cared for. The health and well-being of my patients will be my first consideration. I shall obtain consultation when appropriate. I shall include my patients in all important decisions about their care. I shall accept all patients in a non-judgmental manner and use my skills to serve those in need. I shall respect the full human dignity of each individual, regardless of their race, economic status, or religion. I will provide absolute discretion and confidentiality for those who trust their care with me. I pledge myself to the service of humanity, my patients, my community, my profession. I pledge to uphold the Howard University motto of truth and service. I promise to observe the code of ethics for the profession of dentistry from this day forward. Congratulations. Now turn and thank your families. And give a round of applause for your faculty and staff. Program Director. You may be seated. And I'm going to keep this brief, but I first want to thank everyone for coming here today to recognize these outstanding graduates of their programs. We're very proud of them, and we know that they're going to be very successful in their careers and serve the community in an outstanding way. And we're going to, as Howard has taught them to do. I also want to thank those who have put together this beautiful program, Dr. Salter and his team, and the staff that has been supporting them all throughout this whole endeavor. I believe there is a reception that will be following this program. It will be upstairs on the 3rd floor. And once we sing the alma mater, and I'm not singing, the guests will be asked to go upstairs while the residents remain to take photographs with the photographer. Okay. Thank you all again, and may God bless you all. Dr. Salter will be leading the alma mater. And it's my mistake. I need to thank Dr. Brown. She was outstanding. So let's give another round of applause for Dr. Brown. We are so proud of her, and I think tradition will start where we'll try to bring back our highly successful graduates from our programs. We do so much, and we don't acknowledge or demonstrate that, and it's such a great inspiration to those who are here to see what our products of Howard University are doing. And not only in the political or entertainment, but dentistry as well. And we want to acknowledge them. So thank you, Dr. Brown, for coming.
I too want to thank Dr. Brown. She was when I first started teaching, she was in my first class, and I always knew she would be special. So thank you for answering my call, Dr. Brown. Hey, you all make sure I have your number so I can call you sometime in the future. All right? Don't leave here without giving me your number. Dr. Fatme, I had yours. Okay, so they didn't sign a contract with my record company, but we will move on and sing. Can we stand to sing the alma mater with great pride? Please forgive what you are about to hear. Reared against the eastern sky, proudly there on hilltop high, far above the lake so blue, stands O Howard firm and true. There she stands for truth and right, sending forth her rays of light. Clad in robes of majesty, O Howard, we sing of thee. Be thy still our guide and stay, leading us from day to day. Make us true and live and strong, ever bold to battle wrong. When from thee we've gone away, may we strive for thee each day. As we sail life's rugged sea with pride, O Howard, we sing of thee. Please join us on the terrace on the 3rd floor for a small reception. Dr. Franklin, Dr. Hall, Dr. Fatme, Dr. Bushrod, if I could see you on stage real quickly.